You'll never be scared of losing her after you understand what I'm about to tell you. I'm excited to make this video because this is one of the most common problems that men face, and if you don't know how to handle it, it will always lead you to the end of your relationship. I know for a fact that most men have been through a situation like this. It's extremely difficult to overcome the feeling that you might lose somebody you care about. I understand how painful it can be. So in this video, I'm going to tell you the exact mental framework you need to help you with that struggle. Before we get into it, I want to note that you're not going to be able to develop this mindset in a single day. It could take months or even years. It all depends on your starting point. Some guys naturally have this mindset, while most have to build it. But I'll tell you this. Those that build it have the best perspective because they're able to see it from both sides. That's why I urge you to take this advice seriously because the benefits are life-lasting. With that being said, let's get into the root of the first idea. Think about your first girlfriend and the level of excitement you had when you liked her and you found out she liked you back. Eventually, you guys start dating and everything is great at the beginning. You watch movies together, you go for walks, you get ice cream. Then what tends to happen is problems start to appear in the relationship. You become so scared to lose her that you handle the problems emotionally and irrationally. One day, she goes for an early walk with her dad and misses your usual good morning text. You start to get extremely worried and crazy thoughts start crossing your mind. Is she ignoring me? Is she okay? Is she home? Is she cheating on me? The thought of losing her is so painful that you start to spam text her. She eventually gets to her phone and sees these emotional texts that you sent her. She starts to feel that you're extremely insecure. This is the exact moment where she starts to lose attraction for you. Now, this can be very easily avoided if you implement the mindset I'm about to tell you. See, the reality is, the reason why you're so worried about what she's doing all the time is because on a subconscious level, you're fearful that you're not the best guy that she can get. The following concept is exactly what you need to never have that fear again. You have to develop something called an abundance mindset. The abundance mindset is the most powerful mental framework any man can adopt. If you made $100, you can make another $100. If you built a dirt bike engine, you can build one again. If you attract a girl, you're confident you can attract one again. This is the essence of the abundance mindset. It doesn't mean not to care, and it doesn't mean you don't try. It simply means you must be emotionally detached from the outcome. In the case of the girl, she can leave you at any moment without a reason if she wanted to. The fact is, you cannot control her actions. This brings us to step 2, which is to be okay with the idea that you can lose her at any time. Let's talk about the idea of life. You can only control your own actions to give you the best chance at getting what you want. Ultimately, nothing is guaranteed. Tragedy happens. The world is an unfair place, and people reflect this reality. Just because she leaves you, it doesn't mean it's right. It doesn't mean it's fair, and it might not even be the best thing for her. But it doesn't matter because she's made her choice. The more you try to convince her to stay, the harder it'll be for you to accept this reality. Guys dig a hole for themselves all the time by doing this. The simple truth is you have to be okay with the idea that she could be gone tomorrow, and she doesn't have to give you a reason. The sooner you can accept this, the happier you'll be in general. Okay, so now that it's clear that you cannot control the factors that are outside of yourself, what I recommend is you work on what you can control and take on the following practice. That's to prioritize yourself before her. I'm going to paint a story for you to help you understand why this concept is so important. Imagine you're trying to win a basketball tournament, but your team isn't so good. You have two options in this situation. You can try to help your teammates become better and hope they're able to perform, or you can spend all of your time improving yourself because you know you can perform. The truth is, you cannot control the variable of your teammates' level of performance. The best teams are always composed of individuals that are working equally as hard to improve themselves. This is why it's a better return on investment to focus on yourself. The same concept applies to girls. You are never going to be able to control whether she decides to be happy with you or not. What you can control is your mindset, work ethic, and discipline. Imagine you focused all of your energy on her and did everything you could to please her. You're taking a massive risk because she could still leave at any time and you're left with nothing. But if you focus on yourself and consider her an added benefit to your life, regardless of what she decides to do, you'll always be in peak shape. If she stops loving you, you're going to be in a position to find someone who does. It's always going to hurt, but the defining difference is you'll be more equipped to handle it. Don't forget, the human mind perceives the end of a relationship like death. The reason for this is because you inherently understand that you do not have any control over the situation. When your family pet dies, you can't help but feel pain. But there's no choice and you must keep going forward. You can't stay attached to something that no longer exists. It's the same for your relationship with a girl. Don't be attached to your fantasy that no longer exists. Accept the reality and move forward accordingly as you have no other moral choice. Always prioritize yourself, guys. you'll thank yourself and so will the right girl. Now, I know these concepts can be hard to wrap your head around. You also have to remember that these things take time to implement. I know a lot of you have specific, nuanced situations that these general ideas are difficult to apply to. If you're having trouble with girls, whether it's a relationship or just someone you're talking to, I'd recommend checking out my services. As a dating coach, I can help you navigate your situation and get you the results you're after. Check out the link to my website in the description for details. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.